Hello, and welcome to another episode of 5D Presents Carpenter, a WD adventure. That's World of Darkness. And with us, our storyteller, Devin.
It's WOD.
Okay.
It's a WD.
40. Not sponsored.
I'm not sorry.
Not sponsored.
I'm the only person watching.
So,
WD-40 duct
when
tape.
we last left off, it was Jack, Squid, Sky. No, sorry. Jack, Sky, Connor, and Grudge just got back from looting Carla's house, in which they found a diary. They brought the diary back to the bar that Squid works at. That's not past tense. Works at. And tried various means of opening or destroying the book, only to find the book completely impervious to anything and everything they could think of, including a very small magical rite that was performed. After that, they discussed plans for the next day, which I will just let them go ahead and discuss again. What are you guys' plans for the night and for the next day, and then we can work up from there.
Well, I'm going to sleep and teach class in the morning.
Okay.
Rudolph is going to sleep through the night. Then he's going to wake up, call in sick to work, and meet back up with the other folks who were planning on heading over to meet with the old gypsy woman.
Okay. Connor? One based on my screen, sorry.
You know, the only thing that I could think of, which I probably should have ran this by you beforehand, but it just like popped into my head like right now. I was gonna maybe try and use Connor's power that evening, and use dream travel.
Okay. Put a pin in that. Let's hold on to that.
Okay.
Squid, what are you planning on doing tonight?
Well, I'll be up for a little while longer because I'm more nocturnal, but then it'll be sleep into the early morning. And I was going to see if everyone else was cool with the idea of me going back to the library, talking to the librarian, and the game plan with that was going to be like, hey, so the guys, when I thought they were going over to the bathroom, they went somewhere they weren't supposed to, and I'm sorry about that. But I was thinking about leveling with the librarian about the chick and what else has happened, because there's obviously some weird shit going on there, and maybe maybe we can say, look, hey, I'm gonna tell you this. We've seen that. We're not gonna say anything about any of that, but on top of the information I was already looking for, do you know anything about this book?
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well. So we'll have to get into who has the book, but we'll put a pin in that.
Right. Well, aren't we all at the bar right now?
Not quite yet. We haven't entered the scene yet, if you will.
Cool.
Jack, you're planning to go along with Squid or to go along with Rudolph?
Squid, because I'm just going to be sleeping, then work, and then meet up with him after work to go to the library.
Okay. And
just
then,
to make sure he doesn't level too much.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense. And then Sky, your plans.
I'm going to stay the night at Grudge's, and then I'm going to try and find one of the people I was talking to. I can't remember who I was saying I was going to meet up with in the morning.
Connor.
Okay. Connor, where were you going in the morning? I know you want to dream travel tonight. What was your plan for the morning?
He didn't really have a plan.
So if you want, Rudolph is going to the gypsy, Squid is going to the library, or you can feel free to make your own plan with Sky.
Probably go to the gypsy because I think his skills are going to be needed for theft. So.
Okay. Then let's do this. Let's resolve. Sky had something he wanted to do at Grudges, so we'll do that, and then we will do the dream.
All right, to double specify for you, I am a she in this.
Correct.
And I am going to attempt to seduce Grudge while I'm at his house.
So Grudge, the way you would calculate this out for me is he's going to have to do the same and break through a number of doors. Okay?
All
The way
right.
you're going to get me this number of doors is going to be the lowest of sorry, 1 second. Gotta read the right part of this. So the lower of your resolver composure.
Okay.
Would you consider sleeping with this lady a breaking point for your character? And I personally don't see how it would be.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Let me go back and double check my own notes. 24.
We don't do.
Nope. It would not be a breaking point for me.
Okay.
Wouldn't be the first time you fucked a student, right?
She's not my student.
That's fair.
Not this time.
Do you
That's fair
feel?
enough.
Do
I
you
imagine
feel that?
it was Matthew McConaughey. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Except I'm prettier.
Oh god.
Do you feel that doing this would keep you from hitting any of your aspirations?
No, but I do feel like I'd like to seduce her right back.
Oh,
If only because that will get me to my aspirations, is to get more information, invited into that little club of hers for the library.
okay. Then, so we're just gonna leave it as your base is going to be the lowest of your resolver composure, and then Sky, if he's gonna do this right back, same for you, because I know none of this is going to conflict with your aspirations or be any sort of breaking point for you. And then I suppose y'all go ahead and take it from here. This is on you guys. What's up to chat?
May I also state that I spent one of my you know how I got you get the little skill things that you get.
Yeah.
One of them is seduction.
Sure. So yeah, you'll just get to it's add 3 die to that roll. Do you remember off the top of their head what the specialization? How many die it adds?
Specialization is 1 die.
There's 1 die. Okay, so you get to add a die to your roll for the specialization.
And you said it's the lowest of resolve or composure.
Well, you're not rolling anything yet. That's just what yours is going to be. This is your doors to break down, and your seduction is not going to come into play on your resistance to this.
Oh,
That's an
one.
outward act, not an inward act. But
One.
you guys are going to have to, or whoever wants to open it up. But if y'all are trying to seduce each other, I'm gonna need some seducing.
Well, and for me, it's not necessarily physical seduction that I'm going for. I just like to just be very, very accommodating and coax some information out of our dear Sky here.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, on the other side, mine is purely physical.
Ooh, she want the dick.
She wants to fuck and you want to talk.
Hey, as my alter ego says, ¿por qué no los dos?
Eh?
All right.
Okay.
So as soon as we get over to the house, I'm gonna Sky, would you like some libations, a bit of a nightcap?
I actually don't sleep with very much on. So thank you.
No, darling. I mean, something to ease your nerves of the alcoholic persuasion.
You said nightcap, so I'm sorry. I don't know the word libations myself.
A nightcap also means a drink.
Yeah, it does. It's all right.
In real life, I'm only 21. I don't know this thing.
Oh, dude, my dad was talking about getting nightcaps when I was in 6th grade. So.
Nope, not me.
What 24-year-old nowadays, like a millennial, knows what a nightcap is, though? You know what I mean?
What?
I mean, we're
Anyone
millennials.
who's
we love
watched
to drink.
Frasier.
Hey, Frasier's the shit. I will have no talking of shit about Frasier.
I'm just saying. That's where my ESL ass learned it.
Now that I actually know what the word means, I'm going to go ahead and respond with, yes, I would like whatever you got.
Do you prefer it neat or on the rocks?
Let's go with on the rocks.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it classy and we'll do just two fingers there of a whiskey, on the rocks.
Keep it classy. Only use 2 fingers. Nice. What a gentleman.
Is that one in the pink, one in the stink?
We're not quite there yet. So I will pour
hold
myself
on.
one as well.
Based on the rule of how doors work, I do have to say that you are allowed to use something like soft leverage. Soft leverage is things like getting somebody drunk. So for drinking the alcoholic beverage guy, remove a door.
Okay, no doors left.
You only had one?
My composure is 1.
You're
All it
not.
takes is to get the guy drunk.
Oh my. Oh well. Now I can just coax whatever information I want.
Wait, no, we didn't go straight. He's with Grudge right now.
So the way this works,
This is like a Girls Gone Wild
I
video.
haven't drank a drink yet, though.
well, what I'm going to need to have happen is Grudge, roll me. Oh my God! Roll me manipulation, and oh my God, I don't even know what to pick. Yeah, wits, I guess. Give me manipulation and wits.
Resolve, maybe.
Well, no, it depends. All right, manipulation.
Yeah, wits doesn't really fit because you're not being crafty about this. You're just doing this. Yeah, you're.
All I did was offer her a drink.
Manipulation, Deduction, then.
All right, so
Composure.
manipulation. And then you said wits. Here we go. And I get a +1 because of my striking looks. It actually says that, I believe. For 2 dots, I get a +1 to all presence or manipulation rolls.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm gonna call it. Fuck. What did I call it before? I'm already. Just do the thing I said.
You called it
before.
wits
Yeah,
and
no, you got it. You got
manipulation.
it. Just do you. You know what I said.
2 successes.
That's actually not going to be enough to totally knock out this door. So what I will say, Sky is correct in that she has not like slammed this drink, but I'll give it a solid 5 to 10 minutes before you do finish this drink, and at that point I'll consider the door down. But until then, Eduardo knows what he's up against, so Sky, you need to try and knock out 3 doors to get your way over him getting his way.
Great. As I start to drink the drink, I lean forward and adjust my shirt to show more cleavage and push them together as I start sipping on this, and ask him, "Are you sure I have to sleep on the couch, Mr. Grudgy Poo?"
Oh my god.
So, roll me.
All right, hold on. That language right there is very off-putting to an educated fella like myself. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna look at it like, sweetie, you don't have to sleep if you don't
that's
want.
not your call yet
Oh,
because
fair
he's
enough.
making a play. I'm gonna need you to roll. You're using your body for it, so roll me presence and persuasion. And if persuasion is where you have the specialty, add your 1 die to it.
Okay.
Persuasion or more seduction?
Well, seduction isn't its own thing. It's he
I thought
has
it
the
was.
specialty in something. So no, seduction is not its own
okay.
thing. It's part of either empathy, expression, or persuasion. Or I guess if you use it just right, intimidation. And I will give brownie points to whoever can intimidatingly seduce somebody. It's a very specific target. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm saying know when it should be done.
Challenge accepted.
The only person I know who's ever been able to do that is Mike Tyson, and he went, "I'm gonna fuck you till you love me."
I'm gonna fuck you till you love me.
He did say that, unfortunately.
I am quoting Mike Tyson.
That's
4
amazing.
successes.
4.
4.
Eduardo, remove a door. You cannot help but stare at this chick's tits. They're nice tits, and you are a man of base instinct. At least when it comes to this, like she's putting them out there. You can't help yourself. It's not on you.
You don't
Fair
even
enough.
mind the name Grudgy Poo that much when they're around.
You barely notice the name Grudgy Poo. You got lost in boobs.
Hold on. Let's see here.
Mouth getting a little dry. Time to take a drink yourself.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Here we go. All right. Fair enough. I have removed a door.
Okay.
Sky, I do have a question if you don't mind, humoring me for a bit.
How close are you standing to me?
Well, I am standing. I thought you were sitting there on the couch.
Yes, I was sitting. Yeah. How close are you to me?
I mean, the respectful distance that a person stands when someone's sitting on the couch. I don't know how to answer that.
He's probably a good like reaching arm's distance. You know,
About a good 30 feet.
across the room as far as he.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not like in the other
3
room.
to 5 feet. He's nearest to you.
I lean his direction and you brush his hand with mine. What is it?
So, what did you have to do, or how much money did you have to pay to get access to the secret room? I mean, I've been to some secret rooms myself, but that seemed very exclusive.
Can you help me? You gave me the answer to this before,
Do you
but
want to just give him how much you paid? Like, you just want to be straight up?
yeah, you never told me that.
The one thing I did tell you, she did receive kind of a
Discount.
yeah, and the discount was non-monetary, not sexual either. Don't jump there.
To be fair, it would be only natural to assume in this precocious situation.
How Sky would answer to this is, Sky got a special deal. She did favors for the librarian.
She did.
You people are the worst. She did favors for the librarian in exchange for her pass.
Well, a finger discount.
Oh, I didn't know that the
Still double meaning.
I didn't know that the lovely librarian was the gatekeeper. I would have turned the charms on a little more.
I don't know if she's the overall gatekeeper, but she's how I got in.
I bet she did.
All right. I am going to. So, she's Sky. You're currently. Did you brush my hand, or are you currently holding my hand?
I was brushing it. I would go and attempt to kind of hold on to it slightly right now.
Right, you're gonna need to roll me another roll for that.
And when she reaches for the Sky, are you wearing anything on your hand?
No.
No rings, nothing like that?
Nothing.
Fair enough.
Okay, then Sky, you're going to need to roll me manipulation and empathy.
2.
Everybody's on the edge of their seat for this. Look how silent these guys got. Like, this just became their Twilight.
Oh no,
2.
this just got weird.
No, this is just
This
like
is
a
really-
bus
this
wreck.
is
I can't
weird.
look away.
2 successes.
2 successes, not enough for a door. So Eduardo, her grabbing your hand, it feels a little forced. You're not buying this as the sentimental thing that it is.
All right. At that point, then I'll just take a step back and pull a chair, but I'm gonna pull it backwards so there's no
Look,
direct.
There's a physical
contact.
barrier.
Yeah, there we go. It's
Yeah.
not an actual, like, I'm not gonna push her away, but it's a very subconscious kind of thing.
But let's also notice that you are now straddling a chair. Just saying. So
Yeah, but I've had this chair. This chair's been mine before.
You're gonna be struggling new tonight.
What kind of back is there on this chair?
Does it have a tramp stamp?
it's your house, Eduardo. Describe your chair.
Probably one of those. It's got a padding on the back, padding on the bottom, or felt padding kind of thing. Nothing too fancy, but it's not a foldable chair.
Okay. Never mind then. I know some fancy ones have the wood slats we can actually see through, so I was going to try and make a play.
So, would you be able to put in a kind word with me, or for me, I should say, for the library? I'd really like to get access to some of those books. They seem right up my alley of the things I'm studying.
I always could put in a good favor. I mean, I do like to help the people close to me out. I mean, no harm in getting a little closer, is it?
Especially when it's going to get me some more information. No, there's no harm at all.
DM, for the record, I was trying to manipulate him.
Yeah, no, it's points when I feel that you've actually done something that would really sway somebody.
Okay, I didn't know when you wanted us to be rolling stuff.
Yeah, no, I believe me, I will let you know. It is if these guys start to snicker and chuckle, believe me, you'll know when to roll for things.
All right.
Roll for manipulation of DM.
So, at what at what point does my danger sense kick in? Like, stranger danger.
When she's failed enough doors.
Fair enough.
Who says I'm dangerous?
Well, no, it's not that kind of danger. It's not that you're dangerous. It's that it's a danger to my
It's that you
person.
might have herpes.
Might. Don't be a fool, kids. Wrap your tools.
The point where
We are
Mr. Grudge
sponsored
says, "Why, Miss Sky, I believe you are trying to seduce me."
I'm getting a case of the vapors.
I mean, he always could say something like that. I don't know.
No, I already pulled out my big word for today, and it was libations.
So the other thing to keep in mind here, though, guys, doors for acts like this are permanent. So if you guys do decide to tap out, the door that Sky knocked off Eduardo, as long as she is trying to sleep with you, that door is down. That does unless she does something terrible, that door is down.
Correct. Unless she violates some of my
Right.
my
Just-
main things.
Just for what
So,
that's worth. But if it's a
basically-
different task, then there is a new door to get through.
That's fair enough. So has the lovely lady finished her drink at this point? How far into this conversation are we?
We've only been talking for 2 or 3 minutes. That's
All right,
real
fair.
time.
Fair enough. So I hear you're an aficionado, as one would say, of the supernatural, and is it serial killer specifically, or anything occult based, or maybe out of the ordinary?
Out of the ordinary, called kind of those types of things.
Have you yourself experienced anything before, or are you mostly academic study?
I'm mainly an academic study, but I have experienced a few things before. As I say this, I undo the back of my bra.
Yeah, that'll be a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out. I can't quite give it presence, though. I'm still going to have to go with manipulation and persuasion. And Eduardo, would this seem rather forward to somebody like Grudge, or not really?
So the flirtation, no. The softening of the voice and the breathing soft, no. But the straight out just taking the clothes off, like even when I was famous, like that was only in heat of the moment, and we're not quite there yet.
Okay, then remove a die and roll for me, Sky.
I'll re-roll then. Should I?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, if you already rolled, then re-roll for me. Sorry.
All right. So,
Or maybe that helps you. In which case, you're welcome.
Yeah.
no, it came out as the same thing. 3.
3?
3.
3 will remove a door. So, Eduardo, take down a door. She's
He's gonna
going
take-
for it, and you're not into it. You're not sold yet because I believe you had 3 doors, right? 2 or 3 doors.
Like those tits.
So It was wait.
Lower of resolve or composure.
All right, let me
Really likes them tits.
right.
He's a boob guy.
Fatigue or injury. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure because I believe it was 3, but I'm trying to figure out
Well,
why
it should be
it's
right at the
3.
top. So either resolve or composure, whichever one's lowest.
No, so yeah, no, resolve would be 2. I was just trying to see. I thought I had because I had iron stamina, and I don't know if it counts for this. No, it's only resisting the effects of fatigue or injury.
Yeah.
So all right.
Not a social thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, then that would be the last door down, and it's game on. Sky wins the social encounter and gets what Sky wants.
My vice is fulfilled.
So go ahead, if you've spent a willpower point, you can regain a willpower point. Vices only refill 1. And Eduardo, you're sleeping with that guy, girl. You guys are making this up.
Hey, I mean, I don't mind. I got the information I wanted and potentially an intro for some good quality academic information.
All right. So
and I got my my little feller in the raincoat and all that fun stuff.
So that will resolve that bit. Connor, let's go ahead and take a look at the dream that you're trying to walk through. So tell me a little bit about what you're focusing on before you go into your dream state. Where are you trying to go?
I think so. First off, Connor never really uses this ability very much. I think it scares him. It seems like he wouldn't try to use it unless he thought it was like something really important. And I think he's trying to maybe travel into the dream of what was the bartender girl's?
Carla.
Yeah, trying to travel into Carla's dream to try and find more information on the girl with the diary, so he can maybe find out some hint into how to open it or something. Maybe she saw they lived together, so that would be, or anything else weird that might be surrounding her death that might be, that she might have seen, anything that would stand out. And I think that's probably it.
Okay. Yeah, then go ahead and roll me up your power. Let's see what you got.
So I'm not really sure how to do that. Give me 1 sec.
I think I sent you all the stuff for it. I had it written down, but it's on my laptop out front.
I have it here.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and read me the whole thing if you want. That's fine. But I remember this. It's based on the number of successes you get is how many images I will show you.
Okay, so it says cost 1 willpower.
Yep.
There's no cost to initiate dream attacks. I don't know what that does. That mean me attacking people, or is that
in their dream? Yeah, it's like a psychic kind of attack.
Okay. Characters was the lucid dream memory. Okay, so wits plus resolve to enter a sleeping person's dream and to manipulate it.
Okay.
Prior to an entry effort, a psychic must successfully use astral projection in order to leave their body.
You don't need to worry about that part.
Yeah.
You can even just scrub that out of that if you want to. I'm not making you do that.
I think just for flavor, it says he has to enter a trance first, and he actually has the meditative mind merit.
Okay.
So that's pretty easy for him to do, and I kind of imagine him just like right before bedtime, kind of just like, sitting cross-legged on the bed and just like closing his eyes and kind of like, drifting off. And okay, so I just roll wits plus resolve, right?
Yeah, spend a willpower point and then roll wits and resolve.
Okay, so do I just mark in the box? Is that what I do with that?
Yep.
Yeah, you mark the box below.
Okay. Okay, that's not great. 1 success.
1 success. With your gift, you're able to find people really well. You don't know how common of a trait that is, but you've never had an issue. The few times you've tried this out, you could pretty much see what you wanted to see. Sometimes it gave you lots of information. Sometimes it gave you a little bit of information, but you are good about finding what you need to find in the dreamscape. So as you're dreaming, it's easy enough to find Carla, and it's easy enough to see Carla seeing Shelley with the book, But more what you're seeing is that Shelley always had that book. That book was never not with her when she left the house. Or at least not as far as Carla ever saw. Carla never didn't see her with this book, tucked under her arm or sticking out of her purse or in her pocket, or that book went with her.
So why didn't she have it on her when she got murdered?
That's the question.
Okay. All right, well, I guess that's all I can do right now then.
Okay.
Is there anything I could... Wait, well, one other question. Is there anything else I could do while doing this to try and, like, re-roll some of those failures? Can I spend extra willpower to do that?
You can spend willpower to force... or to re-roll a die. Or was it... No, it was force of success.
It's force of success on a failure. So that's how you ruled it in your house rules.
Yeah.
Previously with some of my stuff. So how many failures did you have?
Though I should state for the record, I'm going to let it go this time, but in the future, you should decide on changing a failure to success before I give you narrative. We'll let it go this one because I didn't say that before, but in the future, yeah, you should decide how many successes you're giving yourself before that.
Okay, and one other question. How does one restore willpower?
Fulfilling a vice or a virtue.
A vice will refill 1 point, a virtue will refill it up to max, or a solid night's rest will also restore 1 willpower.
Okay, so I think I'm going to spend 1 extra to re-roll those. Or does it make it an automatic success, or do I have to roll it?
It makes it an automatic. Well, I don't know. Since you're doing it after, I should make you re-roll, but don't worry about it. Like I said, we'll let it slide this time. So you're going to force how many more?
I'm going to force 2 more.
2 more?
2 more, yeah.
Okay.
I think he's like in the dreamscape and he's not getting the information he wants. It's like hard to pin it down, and he kind of just like puts more energy to it and forces it into it. And maybe like for flavor, like his nose starts bleeding like while he's like meditating or something. I don't know.
We'll get into that part. For now, you can kind of feel yourself slipping out of the dream. But you kind of just really focus on it. You pull that thing where you make yourself fall asleep a little deeper. And kind of push yourself into her dream, and you can almost feel her mind kind of resisting you as you dig deeper, but you do manage to. The next thing that you'll see, other than her always having that book, you'll actually see a moment where she gets a little bit defensive over the book. Somebody came over to the house. They were both there, but the book was sitting out on an end table, next to her, and somebody tried to pick it up. And she actually got angry enough to, you're not making out words, it's more of like a loose memory. But she throws the person out just for picking up the book. Out of the house, gone.
Do we know who the person is? Or can I see who it is?
It's nobody that you really recognize, and the face is a little blurry and distorted. And the last thing that you'll see before you wake up, one of the actually it's the last day that Carla saw Shelley, and that comes to you as a feeling like this was it. Shelley was dressed how you guys found her. It was really casual and blasé. But shortly after Shelley left, Carla starts getting really worried and nervous around the house and actually leaves for work a little bit early. Like, she just has this... You're kind of feeling through her eyes. You ever done that in a dream? You're not looking through your own eyes. You're not looking through your eyes. You're looking through Carla's eyes, and you feel this overwhelming sense of dread kind of urging you to leave the house.
Okay. And then I don't see anything else.
No.
Shelley, nothing?
No. At that point, you would actually snap awake.
Okay.
Probably not be able to fall asleep the rest of the night, and you feel like you didn't really get a great night's sleep. You're tired. You're beat.
Okay, so...
And that's from being... how much will do you have left?
2.
Okay, yeah, you're feeling beat. Like,
so Connor's vice is gluttony, and he's an alcoholic, so he's gonna try drinking to restore some of his willpower, I guess, or just attempt it.
He's gonna drink himself retarded.
He's gonna drink himself.
back to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I'll call a whiskey breakfast feeding into that gluttony a bit. So you can have...
That's a pretty gluttonous thing to do.
Yeah.
I definitely envision him as more of like a secret alcoholic. Like it's not something he's told somebody. I think Jack knows because he saw him get the shakes earlier when he needed a drink really bad. But I don't think it's something he shares with anybody. He probably just wakes up in the morning and like has a few whiskeys before he goes about his day.
Sure. This is more than usual though, because of how wrecked you're feeling.
Yeah.
This isn't your normal like, hey, couple of drinks. Like you're killing most of a bottle.
Okay. Yeah.
Last night was fucked up.
Yeah.
This night.
Yeah, still tonight is filled with just shit.
So he drinks himself to sleep and then drinks into the morning when he wakes up. He has his honey nut Cheerios with whiskey.
Yeah.
It's called Honey Nut Beerios.
And Cheerios, son.
The worst.
Honey Nut Beerios. God damn it.
More like Honey Nut Bulletos.
The worst. Okay. So we'll finish up with Jack. I think the next thing to happen, you were waking up later in the afternoon to hit the library, right? You were sleeping through early day, going afternoon. Rudolph and the folks going to see the gypsy. What time were you heading to do that? Was that like, were you doing day job kind of stuff, Clifton, or were you there early morning?
Yeah, Rudolph was there early morning for sure.
Okay. And Connor is actually awake as well because he didn't sleep at all last night. And Sky is going to slip out of Grudge's house very early
After
in the
I
morning.
slip out.
Of your own house?
No, out of Sky.
God, you're the worst.
Quick question.
You started this. You started this.
I did not. Actually, this was not my plan. So Sky, you'll slip out of the house early and go to meet up with the other guys. And you guys find, it's easy enough to find. There's only like one of these people in town, and she's pretty well known for this. I gave you the name, but I need to look it up myself.
Devin.
Yes.
Side note, I want to be able to use my ability for pre-planning when it comes to the library, because I thought about the plan the day before and then went to bed, and then if that's okay with you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I believe it's Mrs. Sabine, a lady.
Madam Sabine, when you were greeting her. But yes, you guys find yourself outside of Madam Sabine's. It's what you've seen in a lot of these like janky fortune tellers. It's mostly somebody's house where like the front side of the house is converted into her parlor kind of thing. Cheesy neon signs in the front window, but still like her kid's tricycle on the exactly. It's still like a kid's plastic tricycle on the front lawn. But yeah, so you guys roll up to Madam Sabine's.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Boxer briefs.
Did drinking refill one of my willpower or no?
Yeah, you got the one back.
Cool, thank you. Connor is going to just kind of like, can I roll investigation to just kind of look around the house or the outside really quick?
I mean, what are you looking for? Are you just trying to get a general look at the house?
I'm looking around the house outside really quickly just to kind of like gaze any or just to kind of see any other entrances, like windows, other doors, things like that.
Okay, roll me wits and investigation.
Okay.
Connor thinks he's trying to be looking around. Connor's actually just stumbling around in the front yard.
Because of his bureaus, he's drunk as fuck.
Tell me my fortune.
Tell me my fortune.
Am I gonna meet a pretty boy?
Oh yeah, no, I mean that fits because he failed that super hard, no success. It's like, hey, this was the door here.
Just imagine front door. Going like, oh god.
Let's go inside.
All right, Connor, that's the front
Horse.
door.
Nice. Okay, yeah, but you guys are out front. Whatever you want to do.
Somebody else to knock. I'm scared.
How are we gonna do this?
For the record, Colin, you're drunk, but you're in your manageable state of drunk because you were so dead fuck tired and beaten. The alcohol for you is this is your this is your crutch. Like, and this is a real thing with alcoholics as well. You actually function worse without it. So this is almost like your morning coffee. You're drunk, but you're playing it like you are not, and you're doing that well. Like, people can probably smell it on your breath. You're not like the best hidden drunk ever, but you're fucking I worked with a lady like this. Believe me, you're maintaining until you fall asleep at your keyboard with your hands still on the keys.
Why does she keep typing?
I just thought it would be funny for him to be more drunk than that, since he failed his investigate. I had like 4 dice to work with, and I mean, like rolled shit.
The way I would address that more is, instead of you being sloppy drunk, it's taking enough of your focus to maintain composure and not go like stumbling over. That it's a house, you don't really notice much. The exit is that door, and probably a door in the back. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
There's a door. There will be another door.
Kind of think because you're dead ass tired. This is your pick me up, but think of your worst fucking most tired day, where like literally the only thing running you is caffeine. That's where your head's at now. Except it's not caffeine doing it for you. It's the booze to just keep you going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess Connor's gonna look around and look at everybody else and be like, "So, are we gonna knock on the door? Are we gonna go inside? What are you? You just gonna stand here?"
Well, I mean, that's what I'm wondering. Do either of you remember what it was that they wanted? Some sort of did they even specify?
It was something under the crystal ball.
Who was so Sky would know. Yes, there was a stone under the crystal ball, and you would know that, Rudolph. You were there.
You were there too.
Yeah, sorry,
you weren't there, but you were there.
That's why I was asking.
Right. Yeah, so you guys do know what you're looking for. It's a black stone that she keeps under her crystal ball.
So before we go in, then maybe we should have like a little plan. I mean, I think I'd probably be the best one to like snatch it while she's not looking, but somebody's gonna have to distract her.
You have gloves?
I do. He pulls his hands out of his pockets and he's already wearing them.
Maybe like we can get her to leave the room, maybe, and you can like lift up the crystal ball so you don't leave fingerprints.
Yeah, that sounds pretty foolproof to me, man.
Yeah. But how are we going to get her to leave the room, though?
I mean, you could.
I mean, just play it naturally, and just kind of see how it goes.
Could ask for water, accidentally spill it on yourself, and let her go get something to clean it up.
Sure, an opportunity will present itself. You guys just let's just have a signal right now, so that way I know when it's time for me to do what I got to do. Something simple, like Sky. Why don't you? Huh? A safe word, like banana hammock.
Pineapple.
I prefer pickle weasel.
I just want it to be like a tell. So Sky, if you find yourself in a situation where you think I'd have a good chance to steal it, I want you to cough into your right hand and then brush your hair out of your face. Simple.
Cluck like a chicken.
And then Rudolph, I want you to I don't know, I guess do the same thing. You don't have long hair, right?
No, he doesn't.
Maybe cough with your right hand and then
pop your neck.
Yeah, pop your neck. Yeah, that's a good one.
This is ridiculous. Okay.
I'm with you on the ridiculous part.
I think I've got an idea. The water thing. Maybe think of something. So Like somebody, spill water on you, ask for where the bathroom is, go out, pretend to try to find the bathroom, come back a moment later and be like, I'm sorry, my brain just isn't working right now. Could you show me where the bathroom is? Something like that. All we really need is like a couple seconds and 2 people in there. I mean, I'm assuming. What if she's got a lock on the crystal ball?
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Oh, God, I don't.
Connor's pretty much equipped for any type of thievery. So, only thing he doesn't have on him is his bolt cutters, which are in his duffel bag.
Was there any specified shape to the rock or something?
Not that you were told.
Then I look on the ground for a kind of smallish rock.
You gonna Indiana Jones this shit?
Oh, why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy enough to find some stones. It's Oregon. There's rocks.
All right. Well, you guys ready to do this then?
All right.
I put it in my purse.
All right. Who's gonna get their fortune read? Somebody's got to do that.
I will. That works.
All right. So Connor knocks on the door.
All right. What answers is a seemingly frail and yet very like her body looks like it was built sturdy and then just used rough to the point where it looks like she's barely holding herself together. Her age is strange. She's anywhere from late 40s to early 80s. You just cannot put your finger on it. The hair is like patches of white and really, really thick, dark black, scraggly, kind of unkempt. And how she greets you. Yes, Geva! I knew you would be coming. Madame Sabine always know when people are coming, yes?
How did you know my name?
Madame Sabine always know name. Come inside. I read fortune.
Do you know what we're going to be asking for then?
Everybody always with questions. You need to be quiet and listen.
Okay.
That's totally into it.
Clifton has been wowed already.
My name is Iskeva.
What did you say?
My name is Iskeva.
Is this Geva? Go ahead and roll me. Where is my character sheet? Sorry, I always need these up for this game. Manipulation and persuasion.
2 secs here. Manipulation is. Sorry, did you say manipulation plus persuasion? That's what you said.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it's not a chance die. That's a plus.
That's a no.
No? She'll look back at you and go, yes, and I'm black.
Give her a very confused look.
Only from the waist down.
She just keeps walking in.
I follow.
She's wandered off, yeah. So as you come through, her living room has basically been converted into this parlor. The hanging beads and the no big couches, but like big pillows all over the floor, ornate rugs and weird trinkets up on shelves. You're pretty sure she has one of those like shriveled monkey paw next to a shrunken head, none of which are fucking real. And sitting at the center of the table, or sitting at a table in the center of the room, is a small, round, like maybe 4 feet across table with a crystal ball in the middle and a deck of tarot cards off to the side on it.
So this is where the magic happens.
Everywhere is where the magic happens.
That's deep. That's fucking
Ooh.
deep.
Me and Grudge would know.
Yeah, boy.
Who I am reading first, and keep in mind it's $40. I don't care.
$40. What's this fucking?
That's cheap, actually.
Yeah, that's so cheap for a fucking.
Really is.
I've never been to a fortune teller.
I had a friend that went to
that.
those, and they were expensive as fuck.
They'll take you for whatever they think they can get from you, dude. It's ridiculous.
That's
Ain't no set
ridiculous.
price.
I reach
$40
forward.
per person per readings.
I reach forward and put my hand on the crystal ball.
No touching, or I cut you.
I slowly back my hand off.
Yeah, she's smiling, but like, she doesn't even need to roll. You know she will cut you.
That's why I said I slowly back my hand off.
Yep. So she goes and she sits on one side of the crystal ball. She goes, "Come, sit."
I sit by her.
Take a chair.
Well, it's all. Yeah,
It's
you grab a pillow. It's floor seating.
Oh. one
Yeah,
of those tables.
poofy floor pillows. Connor, you gonna stand?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So yeah, you stand up to the back. The other two go and sit down. The old woman will look and she will go, "First, I am reading Pretty Lady. Let me see palm."
I just open my hand towards her and let her see what she needs to see or whatever. Just kind of not sure about it.
Eduardo had a thought, and then he thought about it again.
I forgot I wasn't there.
She's going to look at your palm and she will go, "New beginnings. Welcome to town. It's good to have more people."
Small town. Kind of. Most people would realize I'm new.
I don't think
Yes,
so.
is seen on face and hands. So, what you need is be cautious. It's be cautious. Yes?
Rudolph lifts up the edge of the tablecloth and just sort of pokes his head underneath.
You want to see and dress, that costs you extra.
I was looking for. You know what? Never mind. Do you have a restroom?
Bathroom is not for customer. Is my bathroom.
Oh.
Very special to women my age.
Do you have an alley?
Usually peeing in neighbor's yard is frowned upon. This is not old country.
What a pity.
You said it costs extra. How much would it be to get old buddy here some luck?
Hey.
Trust me, friend, you cannot afford. I would break him.
This is just going to be a thing with Rudolph, isn't it?
God.
Okay.
Oh, that was beautiful. Can Sky tell that this lady is 100% serious?
Sky can roll to see.
Sure. What would it?
I mean, yeah, really, any of you can roll to see if she's like trying to fuck with you. Empathy and where am I scrolling? Empathy and wits.
Nada.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, she like you have no reason not to believe her. 3 successes.
It's the same, actually.
You guys can tell she's having a little bit of fun with you, but she's not being like disingenuous. This isn't her most serious reading she's ever done. She's not, pulling out all the stops for you.
Connor's gonna sit down at the table.
Oh, now big scary man. He wants palm red? You pay $40.
Can I smoke again?
Well, state would say no, but what the hell?
Wicked pisser. Lights up a cigarette.
You no piss here. Bathroom not for customer.
I think we're having a bit of a communication breakdown based on cultural differences, but sure.
No, I communicate. You no pee.
Fair enough. You got it, lady.
Oh my
Rudolph stands up and just starts like looking around the room.
Madam Sabine collect many, many treasure.
So is that the whole fortune you're gonna give my friend here? That doesn't seem like it's worth $40.
$40 is easy stuff. Madame Sabine is real deal. You want real fortune, you pay real money.
I can
What
coffee.
is what is entailed? What does a real fortune entail? Like that's a pretty vague explanation.
Madame Sabine can tell you about past, about present, about futures once in the past. Madame Sabine can see all.
Connor's interested.
I'm still skeptic, and I ask her if there's any way she could prove, and if she can, I have some money I could give her as well as the payment for my fortune.
Connor's gonna say, how much for the fancy reading with all the past, present, future nonsense?
She'll look at Sky first and she'll go, magic is not about proof. Magic is about belief. You pay or you don't. I am not offended.
Is there any way you can make me believe?
I cannot make anyone do anything. I can merely tell you what I know.
I once again coffee very as dry a cough as I can muster into my hand.
You should see doctor.
I just need a glass
That's
of
not
water.
prediction. That one is free.
Rudolph has sort of wandered into the hallway at this point.
I tell her I just need a glass of water and I'll be fine.
Okay. She'll look over at Connor. You want fortune? You want big fortune like big men? I do special just for you. $200.
Fuck it.
Yeah, fork it over?
Yeah. It's not his money anyway.
All right. So she's gonna reach out and she takes your hand and she puts your hand on top of the crystal ball. Now that
I
your
thought you
hand's
said
on
no
it,
touching.
I am touching. He is not. And then she puts her hand on top of yours. And then she looks up again at Sky really quick and goes, shoosh! And looks back down and closes her eyes. And a moment goes by.
Her eyes are closed?
Her eyes are closed. And she's looking down.
While her eyes are closed, can I attempt to steal what's underneath the thing?
So at this point, if you want to do that, roll me wits and investigation really quick.
Don't do it. Can I walk over to Rudolph and say,
Rudolph
no
has
idea.
left.
As you look up, Rudolph actually isn't in the room anymore.
Oh, I missed that bit.
Mhm.
Whoops.
2 successes.
2 successes. You don't see how anything could be under the stand, but now you notice the stand itself is a big, ornate black stone that actually holds the crystal ball up. It's what the whole ball is actually resting on.
So it would be impossible to steal it without, like, in this moment, without her noticing.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Okay.
So right about as you're noticing that, she goes, I see long ago you were a child in small village. Village is close to here. Is small child you see terrible things. Then one day as you are playing with friends, you play hide and seek. You think, I don't want to go this way towards woods. This is where terrible thing lives. Foolishly you hide in well. This is where you die. Then I see later. I see much later. You are screaming. You are in pain, but it's not you. This is not for you to be concerned. Work on soul. Avoid future. Yes? And I see now. But now is cloudy. Now is not sure. Now is time for making firm, bold action. Be decisive. Think, act, do.
Are her eyes still closed?
They are.
Okay, and her hand is on top of my hand, right?
Yeah, don't take my gestures. This is fucking me. I just do this.
Okay, I'm just saying though, but her hand is on top of my hand, so my hand is on the crystal ball, right?
One of them, yeah. It'd be, if you're facing her, it would be your left hand under her right hand.
Okay, so her hand is not touching the crystal ball, is basically what I'm saying. It's touching my hand.
Sandwiched, yeah.
Okay, so all right. Connor's going to grip onto the crystal ball. The moment she says, be bold, take decisive action, he's going to grip onto the crystal ball and hold the crystal ball up with his grip and with his right hand try to slide out the base of the other one.
Do I see him doing this?
Roll me an investigation and wits to see if you notice, because really all you're going to notice at first is him adjusting his grip.
Investigation. Two successes.
No, you can't really see something else. It's like dimly lit with candles. The windows are all blacked out. It's too hard to notice somebody just adjusting their grip slightly. You're not going to be able to see anything until it's too late. Colin, you, sir, are going to roll me
I tried.
subterfuge and dexterity.
Okay.
Actually, I want to see something as well. Ooh, lost a die. Okay.
2 successes.
As you go to grab the pedestal, without looking up and without opening her eyes, her other hand just darts out and grabs yours and goes, "Please, do not touch my things. I touch my things."
At this point, I think it would be suitably dramatic for Rudolph to come back in and say, I thought I found the restroom, but it may have just been a linen closet.
Roll me manipulation and
Hi, not unless he actually peed in a closet.
Bro.
and expression, because you are trying to convey a very specific thing.
Rude ass thing.
Okay, Rudolph, did you actually go pee in a linen closet?
No, he just went out and did a long count of like 45 or something like that.
You should have just done it.
I mean,
Fuck it.
DNA.
I heard someone say be bold.
Oh boy, that's actually really good. That was 4 successes.
She's just going to stand up and go, "Yes, Jeva, you go, come, we go." And as she starts marching towards the closet, she grabs you by the wrist and is pulling you along with her.
Okay.
Connor wants to steal the pedestal thing right now.
You lift the ball, I'll grab the little thingy.
Okay. Okay. Connor lifts the ball.
Yeah, you lift up the ball.
I grab the thing.
You take the thing.
I
Do you
tell
have
him
a purse or something?
Huh?
Does Sky have like a purse or something?
I
Guy
do.
has I don't know if it's big enough for this. Like, it's probably...
Motherfucker, have you seen the bags that girls be walking around with nowadays? You're tripping.
size
You
with
can put
big-
a kitchen sink inside some of those purses they walk around with nowadays.
And
Yeah,
then
dude.
sometimes they have a clutch, sometimes they have tiny backpacks. This depends on what Sky has.
I
Me
have.
go medium.
And then let's be fair, Sky, knowing people who work in the profession that Sky works in, which I've seen, because I go to Vegas and Hawaii and other places, I don't normally see giant bags.
Well,
Okay.
I see small designer bags. Little tiny chains. Usually. You can say that's not your style if you really want to go with that.
Can I hike it up my skirt and try and kind of thigh grip it out?
He's gonna put it between the butt cheeks. Y'all heard it here first.
All right, fuck this shit. Connor's gonna stuff it in his jacket.
Mario butt cheek it.
It's something that some girls actually do for things.
Okay. Yeah, you stuff it in your jacket. Meanwhile,
Connor wants to pull $200 out of his wallet and throw it on the table. Or no, $240 out. He's gonna pay for Sky's too, just so they can get out of here faster. and he's gonna look at her like, "You can pay me back later." And he's gonna grab her by the arm and pull her out of the house. Just leave it there on the table. Yeah.
Where are you going? You're just gonna run out the front door?
So,
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna come back and see that the thing's missing. That's not a smart idea.
Okay.
Stay.
Clifton, what did you say you broke up there?
Sorry, I was just about to say or ask what happens when we get to the linen closet.
Yeah. So as she's starting to march you down that hallway, she goes, "How is you confused? One has toilet."
Well, I mean, not everyone has a toilet. It's look,
This is not
honestly
old country. Everybody has toilet. Some people 3, 4 toilet, one room. I have seen.
We're in one room.
Public bathrooms, buddy.
Oh, sorry. That O should have been out of character. Look, I honestly wasn't sure. I mean, I knew. Okay, I knew what I found wasn't a bathroom. I just wanted you to show me where yours is.
Now you go.
Fine, I'll find a public one. One with 4 in one room.
Yes, you have
And
all
he leaves.
toilet. Get out.
I'll be a king on my throne. That's his last phrase as he's closing the door behind him.
I take you guys are just gonna book it to the car and drive off.
Yeah, we're probably already. The car's already started while we're waiting for Rudolph. I would say.
When we see him walk out, we pull up to the curb, have him hop in, and take off.
That was a bus.
Not really. And Connor's gonna pull a big, bulky black pedestal thing out of his jacket.
Oh, I thought you were about to say from out between Sky's thighs.
It's a thing I've actually seen girls do with small items and to shoplift.
Yeah, how big is this thing?
Small.
I saw the little thing he held up on his camera. Say something.
Like a triple stuffed hockey puck.
All right, and they're at the. So, do we know that Squid and Jack are at the library right now?
Well, we're going to do that once Squid actually comes back.
Okay. So that's. But
I actually didn't. Sorry, I was just about to say I actually do need to use the restroom.
I do too. Is that where we're headed though? Like our characters?
We could take a quick break if everyone needs.
Yeah, we can take a quick break. You could start heading there, but you guys are early morning. They're not going to the library until the afternoon.
Okay. So
and the town is not that big. It's not taking you all day to get across town. So
then Connor is going to propose that we all go get a drink in the meantime while we wait to meet them at the library in the afternoon.
It's like 10 a.m.
You can still propose that.
Yeah, you can still propose it. I'm just saying, it's for frame of reference, it's 10 a.m.
Oh man, look at the time. I think we should get over and go get some brunch at the bar. That's what I think. I heard they have a buffet over there.
And and while we're there, we could have a conversation about what the other people actually do and whatnot.
Sure. Okay. So we will resolve Squid next, and then we will see where that leaves us with time. But let's take a quick 5 minutes. 5 minutes, cool for everybody. Grab some water, take a piss,
quick
do your
break for the viewers, and we'll be right back.
Cool. Okay, welcome
we
back.
are back.
So we are going to pick up from Squid. Squid and Jack are going to head to the library.
Yeah, library.
So, I mean, I'm not going to describe it again. You guys have seen the library. You know what it looks like.
We pull up in Jack's truck.
Yeah.
Car? Truck, right? Truck.
Yeah, I have a truck.
Since we were waiting to meet up with them, would we be showing up soon?
Were you guys going to wait at the library for them? Because again, you guys were very early morning. They're more mid to late afternoon.
Yeah, we got breakfast and a drink, and then we were going to meet them there, basically when they showed up.
Part of the plan that we talked about beforehand was the 3 people that were not in the area they were supposed to be were not going to be at the meeting.
I can wait on the truck. Or wait, yeah.
Yeah,
Me
so
and
it would
Rudolph
just be
can
Connor going in.
What's that?
If anybody was going to go in who was not Jack and Squid, it would only be Connor.
Oh, because
I'm not trying to tick off the librarian again. That's too much, anyways.
Remember, I was allowed to go in the back.
But you weren't
but
allowed
you got-
in the area you were in.
And you also weren't allowed to bring people
No,
in.
yeah, he was, or she was.
Nobody is allowed in the downstairs area. You weren't
Oh,
even.
that's
You
right.
didn't even know that was an area,
Yeah.
and she was not supposed to bring people in as well. So.
Oh, also, I had one more quick question, Devin, just pertaining to the last scene that we did.
Yeah.
That stuff that was talked about in the fortune for Connor, is that stuff that he would have known about? When she was talking about his past, like, is that something relevant? Is that
No,
something...
that was more like past life.
Okay, that's what I figured. I just didn't want to assume.
But if any parts of that sound eerily similar to any other parts, feel free to read into that.
Okay. Duly noted.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is me and Jack pull up. Everybody else is there. I'll grab the book from whoever has it, as long as they're willing to let me hold it.
That depends on if Grudge took it back to his lab for testing.
Right, but remember, Stated wanted to take it to her.
Yeah, so that it just depends on which one of you decides. So if you guys want to, we can flash back to the bar and have that conversation if you want to sell each other on it.
Grudge, do you have a problem with that?
As long as I can get my hands on it later and make some tests, no, you go right ahead. I do have some other samples I could test in my lab.
Cool, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Okay. So yeah, then you would have the book for this. I like that very quick 3-second flashback. It's good. It's good.
Okay, so I'll hop out of the truck with Jack, tuck the book up under my arm. I'm assuming we're gonna see all the rest of the guys. I'll ask Connor if he wants to come in with us, and I'll remind Rudolph, Grudge, and Sky, just hang out here. I don't want to tick her off too much.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, so I'm assuming the 3 of us will head into the library.
Yep.
Radio, chaps.
All right, I'll look around for the librarian as soon as I get in there and walk up to her, say hello.
Ah, yes, you again. List of books, correct?
Yes. I'm back here for the books that you talked about, and I also wanted to extend you an apology. The people that I was with last night, they told me that they did something they shouldn't have, and I wasn't aware that was happening, and I just wanted to apologize on their behalf, because that's just not what I was trying to have happen. I'm so sorry about that.
Roll me. What is it? What is it? The fuck is it called?
Empathy, wouldn't it?
I was going for the other side. Roll me manipulation and empathy.
Seem to have lost my D10. Give me 1 second.
Failure.
I literally had them at the start of the...
Automatic failure, not ready.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
A piano falls on your character and he dies.
Wait, what kind? Are we talking about like a grand?
No, he's actually killed by a falling baby grand piano. Manipulation and empathy.
2 successes.
2 successes. She goes, Yes, here, your list of books. And she just hands you a little sheet of paper.
Cool. I'm gonna peruse it, and I'll turn and I'll ask her. I'll say, "Excuse me, I had a question about another book."
Okay.
And I'll take the book out that's from under my arm, and I'll say, "Do you know anything about this?" And I'm like showing her, but I'm not like handing it to her.
Is to be a journal.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Withholding information?
Sorry, what?
Is she withholding information?
Seems like she's
Go
withholding.
ahead, roll me wits and...
Empathy?
Yeah, roll me wits and empathy. Makes the most sense.
One success.
2 successes.
Six successes.
She is holding something back. You're not sure to what degree, but yeah, there's a little more that she could be saying about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Is Jack giving us any indication, because we're not able to tell that she's withholding the information? Is Jack giving us any indication?
Jack's just gonna go, Just I was talking with.
No, go. My bad.
I was gonna say I was talking with Squid, and he had mentioned when he talked with you before that you were familiar with. What was that?
Shelly?
Yeah, Shelly. You were familiar with Shelly. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Shelly had a similar journalish in a picture that I've seen of her. And you're not too sure? I mean, I would think you would know more.
It's possible. Probably same year, maybe the same company. It looks familiar enough, but it's the kind of thing you could buy at any sort of Benjamin Franklin's.
No.
I'm a level.
You said you knew her well. She never left home without this. It was on her person at all times.
She never left home without a journal, correct? Whether it's that journal, I don't know. You could have easily seen a picture and bought a similar one.
I'm gonna level with you. This is Shelly's journal.
And how would you have come by Shelley's journal?
I'll tell you this. It's part of the reason that we're looking for her. And I think that it's key towards trying to find her. And I can't open it. It won't open. And I'm going to be real with you. None of the people that none of the rest of our group, I told them to wait outside because I didn't want them to come in here and bug you again. And I told you that I'm sorry about what had happened earlier because I truly am. But I need to find more information about this. And from what they told me, like, you're familiar with this kind of stuff.
Roll me.
That's kind of got to be like intimidation and manipulation.
It's manipulation for sure, but whether it's more expression or intimidation.
My character tends towards more intimidation. But I'm also not trying. I'm not like, hey, I'm gonna break your arm if you don't tell me some shit.
That's the only reason. Is it seems a little less aggressive to be too intimidating.
Connor, I think, is gonna start acting aggressive right now. I think so. He has his gloves on, and I think he's just gonna start kind of like pulling them tighter onto his hands and like kind of like making fists with them while he's looking at her.
So Connor's gonna roll me presence and intimidation, Squid's gonna roll me manipulation and expression.
Wow.
4.
6 dice. 1.
Your knuckles are really sore.
You see her look over at you,
Dismiss you.
and then look right back over to Squid. I don't want to know how you came in possession of a friend's cherished piece of memorabilia when she's missing. I don't want to know. If you're involved in anything she was getting involved in, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't have that list of books. Your friends shouldn't be poking around in the charter member's room. And I don't feel comfortable having you in this library.
That's addressed to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, when she says you, though, you get the general sense that the you part is not you, it's all of you. But yes,
Cool.
She's facing you. She's not looking at the other two at all.
All right, look, let's just cut the bullshit. This isn't getting us anywhere.
I'm gonna like put a hand on Connor's chest and like, hey, wait a second. I'm gonna turn back.
You gonna take that, Connor?
What?
Are you allowing him to do that? You can't resist that. Just
well, I don't think he's not like being aggressive like with his
yeah, he's backing you down. I'm not even saying you have to roll, just if you would.
If you don't like that,
if you don't like that, you can. I just want to make sure you know you have that option to go like, no, I'm doing what I was doing.
I'm gonna be like, look, man, she's fucking dead.
I'm gonna sigh and turn and snap at Connor, and I'm just gonna fucking lose my shit in an instant. Verbally, not aggressively, and just say, not what I was trying to fucking say or do. Shut up. And I'm gonna turn back to her, and I'm gonna turn back to the librarian, and also, Vice. By the way, I'm just saying that it's playing into it. It doesn't have to count. I'm gonna turn back to the librarian. I'm gonna say, as my friend has so aptly put, the whole group of us we fell into a situation. We all received communication from somebody. And I'm gonna level with that brain. I'll tell you the whole fucking where we found Shelly.
Everything.
Yeah, and I'm going to, while telling her everything that's going on, I'm going to maintain some, like, I want to see if she's listening or if she's going to fucking freak, if she's going to call the cops, who knows, whatever. But I also want to explain to her that I understand that the situation is not normal, that I'm sorry that my friends fucked this up, and that I'm kind of at my wit's end trying to figure out why I got dragged into this and what the hell's going on. And she is, and I'm going to end it like after the entire explanation, if she's willing to listen to it all. I want to end it on a note of like, I'm gonna be real with you. I really don't know what to do next, and you are my best hope with this.
So she sits through. I take it you guys aren't gonna stop him. You guys are good with him spilling everything.
Yep. And Connor's actually just
Does my senses trigger?
Your supernatural senses do not trigger at all. No.
What about my non-super?
No.
Then yeah, I wouldn't care.
But she is sitting like stone-faced. Does not have a single reaction to anything you say, one way or another.
Yep.
Like hard stare.
But I'm watching her to see what she does.
Yeah.
Connor's gonna pull out the pedestal thing, and he's gonna show it to her and be like, "Look, I just brought this here because my friends.
About the time you pull that out, she's not even going to let you speak. She's actually going to roll to take that from you.
Okay.
Quick
what do
draw.
I roll?
She gets a gun pointed to her head. I'm gonna be like, no.
I have fast reflexes. Does that make a difference?
There's no way she's taking that from us. That's instant aggro on all of us.
Yeah.
This just
You're gonna
got
pull out a gun
weird.
in the middle of a public library?
Hmm?
You're gonna pull out your gun?
Yeah, it's gonna be placed right against her forehead.
Can I make it? No, hold on. Can I make a? Can I make a?
Unfortunately, it's a little late for that.
Can I make a reactionary like punch attack on her?
Don't
attack her. That's better.
What does your fast reflexes do?
Okay, hold
First
on.
of all, look that up and tell me that. Jack is gonna pull out his gun. Squid?
I'm assuming. Okay, real quick question. I'm assuming I'm in the middle of this. Connor's to one side of mine, and Jack's to the other side of me, and she's in front of us. Whether she's got a desk in between us or not, whatever.
There
right?
is a counter between you guys.
Okay. So if she makes any move for anything like that, my immediate reaction is going to be to get between her and that.
Well,
that's just.
There are initiative rounds and dexterity checks for that. We're not there yet, so.
Yeah. It's the same shit I do at a bar when some shit went down. Instantaneously put myself between it.
Sure.
This doesn't have anything to do with that. It just says +1 initiative per dot. Your character's mix of sharp reflexes and steady nerves helps them get the drop.
Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be treated more like a surprise round because you guys weren't like prepared for this or anything. So let's see if she even touches it first. It's not great. It's only 2. So she reaches out for it, but Connor's got decent enough what's your dexterity, Connor?
2.
Yeah, no, Ty. So she goes out to grab for it, but you're quick enough. You manage to pull it back. In this instant that her arm lashes out and you back up, Jack has already reached and drawn a gun. Upon seeing this, Squid is now trying to move himself in between her and the gun. From the back of the library, you guys were already kind of getting loud and making a ruckus. You hear a couple of people shout. And it's just after you hear this shout, the lights in the library begin to kind of flicker. And it's almost like from the inside, what you guys are seeing, it just gets a lot darker in the room. A lot darker. And the two folks outside, a storm has just rolled in ridiculously quick. Like, you have not seen clouds gather like this. No rain, weirdly enough. Dark-ass clouds, a trailing of mist starting, fog mist starting to come in, but it's not raining.
Is it mist like the
dark.
baby features
mist? Was it like clear skies as far as I could see just before?
Like slightly cloudy. It's this is what, October in Oregon, so it's cloudy, but it's not like it's not covered. You know what I mean? There's no full coverage, and now it's not even just covered. Dark. It is dark clouds. They are like definitely storm clouds, and what's strange is that it's not raining. And the three of you would all notice this immediately.
In the middle of the afternoon.
Connor is going to immediately put the thing back in his jacket, zip it up, and dip his hands into his pockets and pull out his brass knuckles and his punch dagger. And just stand there.
I'm outside of the library because I was waiting on the other guys, so I'm going to run in and try and figure out what the hell's going on.
So you want to run in and head towards the library?
Yeah. Because that's the only place I know where supernatural crap's happen, and that's where those guys are.
So before you make it to the door of the library, just really quick inside, after the lights, start to flicker and it gets darker outside, the lights do finally give. They go out. And so now you guys can immediately notice, like, it was afternoon, but it wasn't, 6, 7 o'clock. It's like 3, 4 o'clock. It's not that late in the day. And with the lights out, it's almost completely dark in here. Like, you guys cannot really see in front of you very well.
So
But the one spot that is lit is coming from the back of the library. It's, you know, even though you're at the front and there's some shelves in between you, you know exactly what that is. It is the charter members section is still perfectly lit.
Cool. As soon as all that sort of stuff clear, and I'm trying to put myself in between Jack and shooting this librarian, I'm gonna tell her as quick as I can that I'm just gonna start fucking going off about the charter section. This is all secondhand for me, right? And the curse and this item, and she can't take this, and what in the fuck is going on?
So before you really get the chance to go into any of that, she just puts her hands up and she goes, This is exactly what I told them would happen. This is exactly why you should never have been involved in anything. And this is exactly why you should not have been in the charter members section. That, she's pointing at Connor's jacket, should never be within 100 yards of this library. You have no idea what you've done.
Our friends are cursed.
Oh, I would say they're pretty fucking cursed if they're going after something like that. Let me guess. Wispy little guy on a table?
Or so I'm told.
I mean, we weren't there, so it's kind of hard to say.
Good. Excuses. That's what we need. She's just going to... she grabs a couple things from underneath the desk, but you can't quite see what it is. And she shoves them into her pockets and just... She doesn't care that you have a gun at her. She doesn't care about any of this. She's grabbed her stuff and she's walking away from you guys now.
The world needs more badass librarians.
Right?
Right? I'm just picturing, like, I'm gonna fuck. I'm getting my shit and I'm out.
So as Sky comes running through the door...
I put my gun away, back in my coat pocket.
Okay. As Sky comes running through the door, Sky, you would see the librarian marching across the room towards the back, totally pitch black, or not pitch black, but, you know, lights out, dark inside, light coming from the back, which you would definitely know is the charter member section.
Yeah. That's just happening. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, that's fair. So she's moving towards the charter member section.
Yep. Grudge, Rudolph, you guys are just sticking it out outside for now?
I didn't think I was there.
Did you not come here at all?
No.
Or is he still classing? He's still teaching?
Yeah, I'm teaching and I'm in the lab. I wasn't going to be done till the evening.
Wait, have Sky and Connor showed up? Because I was with them.
Yeah, you're there.
You and Sky were outside.
Grudge is still in class.
Oh, okay.
Can we
see this weirdness starting to go on?
You saw the weirdness outside, and you saw Sky head inside. So the question now is, did you go with Sky or did you stay outside?
Oh, definitely went with Sky.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you would see, you're coming into the same
but...
situation that Sky is in.
Can Connor yell after her, like, so do we go with you or do we stay here?
You stay the fuck there.
Well, what do I do?
You don't move, and you hope you walk out of this building alive.
Wait, was it a mistake to walk into this building?
She ignores you and keeps walking, and you actually see her walk up, well, as best as you can, but the table where you three heard the screams coming from before, she walks up to that table and is just talking with the people who you now realize are at that table.
My question.
Okay, roll me... Yeah, wits and investigation would probably be the best that I could call this.
Alrighty, that's going to be a chance die.
Use wits a lot.
I do use wits a lot. But...
Dramatic failure.
You don't hear shit. You're not even really 100% sure she went in that direction.
Cool.
Can I eavesdrop to hear what she said?
You'd have to. So you're gonna walk over towards where Rudolph is.
Well, I mean, the room's quiet, right? Aside from what she's mentioning to them.
I mean, mostly, but they are still a bit far away, and they are keeping their voices down.
Well, fine. Can I at least read the lips from here?
No, definitely not. It's way too dark to see that.
Even if I use a flashlight.
Oh, you're gonna shine a flashlight at them?
Why not just walk up and ask them what they're talking about?
Nah, fuck it. It's not worth it.
While that's happening, I'm gonna turn and put my arm on Connor's shoulder. And sorry I snapped at you earlier. If this is as bad as she says it is, look, I don't like the broad any more than you do. But seems like she's been pretty straight with us so far about a decent amount of this shit. If this thing you're holding on to is bad, dude, like maybe we wait to see how this plays out.
Yeah, also I kind of worry that we might just be trading one curse from another. I mean, she was a gypsy.
Jack's gonna pop off with just a plain old point blank look. I don't trust this scenario any way you spin it. But the fact of the matter is she reached out unprovoked and started trying to swipe something from us. As all of this is beyond rational explanation, I trust nobody. Point blank, except for the group of us that have gone through this shit. So if anyone wants to try to steal anything, whether it be the journal, whether it be this pedestal thing, I don't care. I'll kill them first and then think about it later.
I don't disagree with that in the slightest. What I am saying is, if it is as bad as she was talking, I mean, you saw the look on her face. You saw her reaction. That was not what I expected when I went into this conversation. All I'm saying is maybe they got a curse from a dude, right? Like, that guy can't be a great fucking guy.
Granted, but either way, this curse will kill them if it doesn't get removed. Regardless,
I'm not saying we don't try and make it. I'm saying
us?
maybe we can still work this out. All I'm saying is let's not shoot a librarian dead
We only have
in the middle of the goddamn day.
I did not shoot her. I was.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
Connor is gonna like start picking his teeth with his dagger, and she'll be like, "Look, the next time somebody's being nice to us, maybe just try not fucking lying through your teeth to her. Yeah, she might have tried to steal the shit from me, but look how far we got in 2 seconds of just being honest with her. Also, I appreciate your apology, but don't fucking snap at me like that again." And he's just gonna like sigh and be like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. This is to me, this just looks like a fucking bookend, Squid, but apparently it's a big fucking deal. So
you know as much about it as I do.
Being a member of the special group in the back, and knowing the librarian a little bit, I walk over to see what's going on.
She's mad at you, by the way.
Well, my character wouldn't know how mad she is. You would, I wouldn't.
So you're gonna walk up to the table she's having a chat with those people at?
Yep.
Okay. So as you walk up, they all kind of hush down. They can hear and see you coming well enough. And as you walk up, they all hush down, and she just kind of looks over. You can see the group now. This is actually the same group who was in the library with you when the group first met you in the library. The younger kids who were just leaving, except this time there's also an adult, late 20s, early 30s there with them. And as you walk up, he's just gonna go, "Come on, guys, I think it's time we get leaving." And he'll just get them all up and start walking out the door. And the librarian will look back at you. "Now is not the time. Go, take your friends, get far away from here. Very far away from here. Don't come back for a while."
What's going on?
Well, what do you want me to do with this thing?
You're a little far off to be like in that, unless you walked up with Sky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he did. So
yeah. So Sky, you're gonna ask what's going on.
Well, I was gonna add more to that. I want to say what's going on. We brought this thing because this freaking death curse or whatever that was put on us. What the hell am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to let me handle things from here, and you're not supposed to go in places you shouldn't be, like that basement.
I didn't have any other direction to go. I was stuck in a room. What else was I supposed to do?
Not let people in that room to begin with. I don't have time for this. And she's just going to walk away.
Before as she starts to walk away, I just shout, "What about the death curse thing?"
Being handled.
Did she say that loud enough that we can hear that?
Yeah, she shouted that over her shoulder.
just out of curiosity, who has the journal right now?
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Put the two things together.
Yeah. Can I see the journal real quick?
I'll hand it to him.
I'm just gonna be like,
that's about what happens.
Now, Case.
Anybody else feel like a nap? I feel like a nap.
I'm gonna try to see if I can, since he has the pedestal out, I'm gonna ask to see if I could take a look at it.
One last thing while she's walking away after she shouted that, I want to yell, "If we die, it's on your hands," and I want to march toward the guys and say, "Let's go."
Okay, you gonna leave, or are you gonna hand him the pedestal?
I'm gonna put it back in my jacket and be like, I'll show it. I'll let you fuck with it or whatever, but let's just get out of here right now. Is that okay?
It's fine.
Does it look size appropriate to be a cock ring?
It does not.
How big of a chode do you have?
I mean,
you show me mine, I'll show you yours, or
what?
the other way around. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
I
not
think
how
he's
that
asking
works.
you to reach into his pants.
Yeah, you
My butt,
go, boy.
So you're gonna try and leave, Connor?
Yeah, no, Connor is not gonna try. He's gonna fucking leave.
Okay. As Connor and Sky go and head towards the door, the high schoolers, no problem leaving. They left, a couple seconds before you did. You walk up and push the door does not open.
What's it made of?
Door.
The glass.
Yeah, it's a big, wooden door.
There's no glass? There's no windows?
Not on this door.
What kind of modern library doesn't have windows, Devin?
No, it's not a modern library. It's a well-kept old library.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know about this, I'm going to take a look around and see, are there any runes inscribed anywhere on these doors?
Investigation wits.
Rudolph is reaching into his wallet for a credit card, and he's trying.
3 successes.
Nothing that you're seeing glowing, but it's a pretty big room. You could probably do a more in-depth search. But from just a quick run around, you got nothing.
Investigation and wits, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Connor's going to roll that too, and then if that fails, he's going to attempt to try and kick down the door.
I just envision the funniest shit guy.
How many?
3?
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay, he's going to attempt to break down the door.
Okay. Brawl and strength.
I envision the funniest shit. A guy just taking a quick glance around the room and then looking back at the door and trying to knock it down.
Anybody see me? Boom!
Exactly.
When I look around the room, Devin, what do I see? What is this? You said this is an older library, right?
Yeah, it's from what you can tell, you're not like an architect major, but the building looks like something that would have been built, in the 1800s and just added onto, and very, very well preserved.
Okay. Question, if I look around, are there any chalkboards?
Yeah, there's a chalkboard up by the desk.
Okay. So if I take the chalk dust and such, can I do my ritual of unlock to try to open the door?
You can try.
I'll do that then.
Okay. What was I having you roll for those?
Oh, for breaking down the door?
No, for doing the unlock. Do...
Intelligence occult?
Yeah. Yeah, intelligence occult. Power and... What kind of power?
Power than the other power.
Right.
Power.
Double power.
4 successes.
4 successes. You pump your energy into it, and this time you can actually feel what's wrong here. Something is holding the door. The door is not locked.
Okay, I'm going to look at the group and go, yeah, you can think that entity in that room, he's holding the door shut. He wants the pedestal.
That's wrong.
Okay, so we got 2 options. We either follow her in there, or we wait out here. She says she's gonna handle it, and that's what we got here is really bad.
Are there any windows?
High up, yeah.
Clifton, don't scale the bookshelves and break a window.
I'm just going to look to myself and mutter, damn, when you need debt cord.
Who's Clifton?
Yeah, are there any windows visible?
High up, yeah.
Like basement windows, essentially.
Jack, can you fucking shoot out one of those windows before we climb up there just to see if it'll even work in the first place?
If it doesn't, do you want a bullet ricocheting around in the building?
I mean, it might be a quicker death.
You know,
honestly,
It's just a flesh wound.
I've watched Mythbusters. Ricochets aren't that bad. Come on.
I was just gonna be like, I'm just gonna pull out a flask and a couple swigs.
When in perilous danger, drink more.
I'm gonna go, couldn't we just grab, a heavy blunt object and throw it through the window?
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, somebody roll me.
I don't think that's going to work. But...
Strength athletics. You just gotta make sure you hit it.
Wouldn't it be dexterity more because you're aiming for a precise throw as opposed to just chucking something?
Well,
you are trying to break it, though.
You are trying to break it. That's why I'm doing athletics instead of, something else. Athletics is taking over the aim. The strength is taking the hit.
So, question. I have a 3 in strength, and I have... oh, actually, never mind. I read that. Sorry. Okay, strength and athletics?
Yep.
Dude, I'm rolling like dog shit tonight. 1.
Yeah, you throw it, and you kind of, clip the border on it. You grab, a big, heavy book, and you just huck it up there, and it clips right on the border and bounces off.
3 successes.
3 successes. You grab, nice weighty book, huck it, breaks right through the window.
Fuck yeah, let's get out of here.
Go ahead. You first.
Was it on the second story, or?
I mean, you'd kind of just have to, jump to grab the ledge of it and pull yourself up.
Rudolph pushes a chair in front of him.
Yeah, there you go. That works just fine. So Rudolph pushes a chair over. Rudolph climbs out of the building.
No.
Oh.
Oh, Rudolph does not. He does not trust this shit at all.
Okay.
I'm going to vote for you, Connor, since you have what it wants. Why don't you be the first one out?
All right. He's not going to argue with that. He's going to try and climb out the window.
So Connor runs up, climbs on top of the chair, and he can't exit the building.
What do you, how? What is it?
You go to press, and it's almost as if there's just brick wall there for you.
He's going to hop back down, and he's just going to sit in the chair. And just kind of put his leg up, over the other leg, and just light a cigarette and be like, yes, so we're not leaving.
That is the perfect line to end on. We are literally right at that time. Excellent.
Yeah,
best ending ever.
We're not leaving, but the rest of y'all are. And that brings us to
that's for this week.
the end of our show. Yeah, thanks very much for tuning in If we had one or two folks out of
Like
our
and
usual
subscribe.
crowd. Yeah, yeah, right.
That's the thing you're supposed to do, right? On
Yeah,
YouTube.
totally. Check us out next week, Tuesday, 7 to 9 again.
Yeah.
On that note, bye.
Bye.
And there. What the fuck did you both just say?